now listening to the Palmetto Dugout Show, hosted by State Director Sammy Esposito, Associate Scouts Drew Stewart and Sean Smith, that discuss all things related to amateur baseball in South Carolina. Here are your hosts.
Welcome back to the Palmetto Dugout Show, episode 133. Here we are. I think this is the first time in a long time all four names on the intro slide are now here for the podcast. Welcome back, Austin.
It's good to be back. We worked through some technical difficulties there getting us started, and all right, we're back.
Espo's a little stressed out, and then we got Shano down here. Shano is getting stressed by Sammy.
Me and Drew are still snowed in up here, so
yeah, we hope everybody's safe.
Hopefully we'll make it out in time for preseason All-State.
I'm now
next year, 2027 preseason All-State 27.
Maybe next year.
Get out for.
If anybody is looking forward to snow next year, just wait till Sammy announces the dates of preseason All-State.
God,
that's better than the buoy, Coach.
It snowed twice in the last 5 years, and both times have been when we were supposed to have a preseason All-State.
I've about had enough of this stuff. I don't know if you guys are on board with this, but I think we've had enough snow for ever.
It hasn't even snowed yet.
I've just, there's some things. I remember when I was a kid, right? I mean, my kids ever like, let's snow. I get it. But when you're trying to do things, it really puts a big damper on it.
We're trying to.
But whatever.
We got a generator, though.
Did you always have one, or did you just?
I've had one since the hurricane last year, but I fired it up, and I was telling Drew earlier, actually, in a panic this year when everybody else was filling up their propane, I went and bought a gas siphon because I needed to pull some gas.
They're stealing gas?
Well, no, I had 2 tanks of gas, but I was like, well, if I run out and I need to pull some out, because we have our power up here, it goes out like when the wind blows, so. I tried to prepare ahead of time. Went and bought a siphon at Walmart. So I didn't get to use it. So we'll see. Maybe next time I might actually this weekend. I might just go to people's cars in the parking lot.
So if you just filled up at the Sam's Club for some cheap gas, and all of a sudden you come out and your gas is missing,
it's not me.
It's not awesome.
He said he's
Don't look at the guy running the 60. It's not him.
He's going to come to preseason All-State instead of running the 60s and go siphon gas from everybody's cars.
But then he's going to be selling it out there.
Coach don't have to pay me. I'm going to get paid in $2.49 gas. It's cool. It's got like the little bubble thing, like when you're doing getting your blood pressure checked.
Is that how you pump it out of there?
Yeah, you pump it right out. Yeah.
Can
supposedly vehicles after a certain year you can't do it. They put a filter where you can't get it out of the car, but the Kia is a 2013. I think we can get it out of there.
Can we go out there and get a live demonstration here on air?
I hadn't took it out of the box yet.
Unboxing.
Well, so yeah, I could do it. It's like my TikTok shop. This is why they quit inviting me to be on the show. It takes so much longer because we don't talk about baseball ever.
I don't even know what we talk about when you get on this show. That's also kind of like an event when you show up to an event.
It's just whatever. The event automatically takes longer when I walk in.
Well, we'll transition to some baseball. Before we get to a recap of an event, let's get to the breaking news, or whatever you want to call it. Preseason All-State update. Jack Frost has shown his face, and we'll let Sammy take this one away.
I've resigned my post here. That's what we've so the preseason All-State South held at our home away from home down in the Shipyard. We have decided to move that from this upcoming Saturday on the 31st to the Friday, the 30th. We, our gracious hosts down there at the shipyard have basically opened up the doors. Great breaking news thing up there, Drew. Have opened the doors and have just basically said whatever you guys need to get it done. And we've had, Sean, we fired this email and messages out 11:30ish today. We fired off the first one yesterday, thinking we were going to be able to get something done on Saturday, and finally made this move with this one today. And we're, I think, close to 70% yes rate right now, with still close to 20 players that haven't responded yet or are still up in the air of what they're doing. So we've got a tremendous responses of being able to make this, in which, the first thing is very gracious to, obviously, not only the shipyard for having us, but the players and the families for kind of rerouting and changing their schedules. And we're running a very untraditional time frame on a Friday, starting at 1:00. Which, yes, it is a school day, but we do have players that are in that area that get out of school extremely early. So we're going to come down there and we're going to start running that showcase in the afternoon and try to be out of there by 7, 8 o'clock that night, which, right now with the registrations we got and kind of picking some times, we're going to run probably 4 different check-ins right now. And as players kind of come in, we're going to have a check-in time from them and be able to run a full-on event. And talking to a couple parents today, they're kind of like, how are you guys going to run it so quick? Well, the shipyard, we have access to all their fields that are there. So not just their 2 big ones, Jason Murray and his staff are going to let us use everything there. So we'll be able to have all of our testing, all of our, BP, the pitching, the defensive work. We'll be able to have that spread out across the place and allow us to do everything. So we're fired up. We're going to be able to do this. And as of right now, I'm afraid to look at the weather, but it's supposed to be in the mid-50s on Friday and sunny.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Knock on some wood. That's some wind around here that we haven't had much good weather in the state here of South Carolina. So that is the update right now for the South. The North, which we had to postpone from last Sunday at Clemson, which as Drew is living in it, not far.
We could have had that showcase. That you think PG 60 times are great. You should put ice skates on our guys and let them go.
As I saw guys sliding down the hills at the university up there, but we have postponed this to this upcoming weekend. But Sunday is sunny. It's going to be a little chilly, but we have the great indoor facilities and the turf field and all the venues we have up there. But obviously calling for some possible weather on Saturday, so we'll see what happens there. But we're holding the line right now for Clemson to be able to get that event in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, be able to get our preseason all-state events in. And we're fired up because we pretty much have. We talked about it at the winter hitting update, having players from each class in there. We pretty much have all the top-ranked players, the top players from the state coming to these 2 events. So we're fired up to see these talented players coming about, and we're obviously very thankful to all the players and the families for being extremely flexible and being able to move around and bounce around at this time of the year. And one thing we do know, you can't predict the weather, and we play an outdoor sport, and you can't do anything about it. As I told one parent this morning, it don't matter if it's January or August, like when we got rained out on a turf field in August at the College of Charleston. It doesn't matter. We're an outdoor sport. You never know what's going to happen. You hope for the best, and you try to plan and have backup plans the best you can and try to figure this thing out, and that's what we're rolling with, and we'll see what happens.
And like our last 2, the events that we actually ran were on beautiful days. We had the Columbia ID that we'll get into in here in a little bit. That was a couple Tuesdays or a couple Saturdays ago, and that was super nice and sunny outside, and I think it got up to like the low 60s or something like that. And then down in way back now in December, over a month ago now, we were in Conway, and it was like 70 degrees outside. We were inside the whole time, but of course we get the short end of the straw there. But yeah, still looking forward. We got a great roster coming down to Charleston on Friday, even with a couple of dropouts here and there.
So really looking forward to seeing a lot of these guys and guys that we haven't seen before in some cases that, we've kind of heard some stories through the grapevine of, their performances, and looking forward to getting them on all of our technology and kind of see where they stack up amongst, the other players that they're competing with in the state. So, really looking forward to getting down there on Friday. Like Sammy said, it's going to be a little unorthodox with the scheduling and the check-ins and all that kind of thing. But, it'll be fun. And let's hope that the warm weather hopefully stays out for us and we don't want any precipitation. I don't want any precipitating in Charleston down there on Friday. So we'll see.
The one thing, if we do have any of these parents and families listening, we are never going to try to put a player or a family or ourselves at risk for an event. If there's snow or ice or weather that's going to be out there, first of all, I ain't getting in my car and driving anywhere to go do that one. We're not going to ask a player or a parent or a family to do that as well. So we plan, we have backup plans. We have plan A, plan B, plan C. And we try to figure it out, and we will hold and we'll make a call as late as possible. And we understand people got plans, but it's baseball. It's outdoor sport. I know up at Clemson, we're going to have some indoor facilities we get to use, but still we want to be outside as much as we can. And if we have weather, we get weather and we deal with it and we adjust, and we'll use some credits for a future event if we have to. And we'll go from there with it all.
I can't wait. Austin's excited. Maybe
we'll get our full staff back in an event here soon.
As long as I get the indoor straw at Clemson Sunday, I don't care.
I always get the indoor straw.
Yeah, I've never had the indoor straw, so I'm not expecting to get it now. So it's whatever. Some of us are built tougher than others. So
built different. You know what I mean?
It's all right.
And some people on this call have heated jackets and like pants or something that I've heard, and it's not. Well, Austin might have it now, but it's somebody else new's got one.
I got a heated coat. I don't have a heated pants.
See, us upstate boys.
Y'all ain't built different. Us Midlands, we don't need that stuff.
Stand in the car line at 7:15 in the morning when it's 20 degrees. Open them doors and try to smile. Have a good day. Not really. It's 5 degrees.
Bye.
Well, I did live in Wichita, Kansas for a couple of years. And if you want to know about cold, I'll tell you, try coaching in that first base box with that north wind blowing in your face. that ain't too fun. But
Coach, when you were coaching first base, did you wear the shin guards when they gave them to
you?
He wore the
probably,
oven mitts.
Yeah.
We didn't have oven mitts back then. I would probably put a couple on, maybe a couple here and there, but I'd never strapped them to my leg.
Okay.
I'd just try to hold on to them.
I think it's always a hot topic. Some first base coaches, by the end of the inning, they're wearing them all over the place. Some of them, they throw them on the ground.
I try to hold on to them.
Just
in my hand.
I'm gonna throw them on. I throw them to the dugout.
Even the visitors' dugout.
Doesn't matter. If you can hit, you can hit without that.
Well, here's the thing with those things: if you can hit a double or a triple and sprint all the way around the bases with it on, why can't I run a base?
Just wear it. Just like you shouldn't be able to hit with the oven mitt in your pocket either.
I agree.
It's a new high school league rule this year, though. You're not allowed to hit with it. You can't have a towel in your pocket while you're at bat.
A towel?
Yep.
And I've never understood that one.
That's
Why
a
do I need
simple
a towel?
thing. When it's hot, and the catcher's all sweaty, and they put the towel in their pocket, and they go up to bat with it, and then they get hit by a pitch in the towel. So it's a new Young Thank Charlie for that one. New high school league rule this year. No towel in the pocket.
I spoke today. I wish I'd have known that. I would have definitely thanked him because the whole towel thing.
Where's the high school league on the hoodies out of the jersey? That's been
the hoodie should go away. The oven mitt should also not be in the pocket.
So
I think the first base coach basically should have to coach with a duffel bag.
Just carry a book bag out there, and when they get there, you just turn around and put it in there.
Find what you need here.
You're like a locker.
Yeah, I love. That's a whole nother thing for whatever. That's a whole nother podcast. We'll talk about that
another day.
We'll talk about that when we get into the transfer portal podcast. Sorry.
Your open ID, the one event that has been ran in the month of January, we'll send it over to the two guys that were present.
Let's actually. We did run one. I feel like now at this point in time, it was only a couple weeks ago, but we actually get an opportunity to run one of those. Big shout out to our boy Dave over there at DBAT for hosting us there. Our first Columbia preseason ID, and then also our first Rising Stars event of the year. It's actually, we wound up having about 34 players register for that one. I think we had a few no-shows on the way in, but we ended up with around 30 guys for that event. But it was a good event overall. We had players, obviously from the 26 class all the way with the Rising Stars with 2031s that were there. We had a couple Little League World Series stars that were that were at that event. We had a brother of a possible future first rounder that was there. That was also, fun to see that you get players, younger brothers coming to events that have gone through the system, which I think is really neat to kind of come back for. But also, guys were able to, the facility was allowed us to able to do really everything we need to do, right? We're able to go outside. We snuck out onto a field out back. We're able to run the 60s, get everything done there. Inside, we were able to throw all the bullpens, warm up adequately. We were able to, hit, get all the BP in there. And then also on defensive wise, we were able to open up enough stuff and work on and get defense. The only thing we really kind of missed and we knew going into it were the catcher pop times. But we did some extra things for the catchers. But we were able to get their catcher velos, and we did a lot of extra defensive stuff for them to see that stuff on video for those guys. But we had some guys kind of show out, and we understand that too, right? Was the middle of January. Some guys might not be in tip-top shape from maybe an arm standpoint, but kind of like we told a lot of the families at the beginning, right? That's why we video a lot of this stuff, right? We video it, and they can see the body movements and see it. And, told a couple of them there, like your velo might not be where you're going to be come April, right? You might be peaking out in April, say you're 88, 89, 90. You might be 85, 86 right now. You're just going to be a tick down just because it is the middle of January. But that's the purpose of what we're doing. We're trying to showcase them for more ways than one, not only on the showcase stuff, but, we had some really good numbers. We had some players that, the one name that kind of stood out real quick that we didn't see, and Sean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the big boy Cooper Evans from down there in Beaufort, right, kind of pops up. Dad's in the military. They move around quite a bit, and he shows up, and he's, 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", whatever he is. He's a big, strong kid, and he's hitting balls hard at 94, 95 miles an hour. And players like that, that's the purpose of a lot of these IDs for us, getting out a chance to see players we haven't seen really ever. Now, the IDs for the players to kind of get out there and update their stuff. Zach Perry, a local guy from Gray Collegiate that we've had a chance to see over the years, watching him his numbers kind of increase going over the years. He's been to 4 or 5 events over the years, and every time he comes out, his pitching numbers get better. His exit velos, his hitting numbers get better. So those are the fun ones for us when we're seeing those players kind of making those moves and going in the right directions.
Yeah, absolutely. The Cooper Evans kid down from Beaufort, like you're saying, he showed up, and we're like, oh, yeah, this is the tall kid we were talking about. I was like, who's this 2029 that was listed that he was 6'4", what, he's 200-something pounds, and he filled out a jersey pretty good, and yeah, he looks like he's got a pretty bright future ahead of him. I told him he popped to 95 on the exit velo, and he was very excited about it. So obviously still growing into that frame, and obviously a long way to go as well in his playing career. So looking forward to following him in his powerful frame, see kind of what's on the horizon for him. But a couple other guys that stood out to me was the catcher, pitcher. I don't know if he played anywhere else, but Sam Dennis, the 2029 from Greenville High. He was up to 92 miles an hour with the exit velocity, and came in second in the average exit velo for the entire event. So that's a pretty big deal coming from a freshman. He was a guy that, those catchers, they get worn out at those events, and we got to have him doing a lot of different things. And he was somebody that was chomping at the bit to do his next thing. And I'm sitting there running the bullpen. He's like, hey, don't forget, I got to go pitch later. And I'm like, okay, you're right. So yeah, kind of come back on him. And, he was obviously ready to get out there. And I appreciated his enthusiasm for being out there at the event. And I think one of his first ones that we've had. So shout out to Sam Dennis there. And then moving over to the Rising Stars kids coach. I mean, I heard those little dudes, they're 12 and 13 years old, and they don't look like it sometimes, man. They, we're hitting off the machine that coach is feeding there. And, like you're saying, those couple of little league dudes, they were hitting the ball in the air, and obviously to the pool side, looks like got some power at, just 13 years old. And here, let me pull up a couple names. I mean, obviously you mentioned Sawyer Bowman. Actions look really good in the infield, and the modified infield defense that we were able to do. He was up to 86 with the exit velocity as well. It looked like a good flat swing, and obviously still coming into that frame a little bit more too. So look forward to seeing what Sawyer's got on the horizon for him. And then the Grayson Manos was on the mound. He's a little bit older than your normal eighth grader, but he was up to 80 miles an hour with the fastball, and kind of rolling out there. And he was another guy that was just obviously very excited to be there and wanted to do a little bit of everything. And it's always good to see when those kids, like I said before, have that enthusiasm coming out to these events. And obviously they're still very young and figuring out who they are as a player. And this is a good starting point for them to get some numbers from our TrackMan and other information. We had the vault. Everybody was running out there running the 60s. We ran the visual edge without a hiccup, so as far as I know. That was a big one. It was a good experience over at DBAT, and it was a good environment. Obviously, like I said, it was a nice day outside, but if it was cold and 20 degrees, we would have been just fine in there too. Everything's nice and insulated in there, so hopefully we'll be back at some point to DBAT there in Columbia off St. Andrews Road. That was the shortest distance, coach, I've ever had to drive for any event. It was about 8 minutes door to door. That was good.
And I still beat you there.
What do you expect? I was sleeping.
Oh, you were sleeping. Wow. Shocker.
Jeez. Sean, how old are you now?
Be 25, coach.
That's too old to be late.
I wasn't
sleeping.
I wasn't late.
You were third. You showed up third.
What time did you get?
3 out of 4.
He had an 8-minute commute, and he was next to the last one there. Incredible.
Coach, when it's at Brooklyn Casey, he's always late. He went in that Bojangles and stuff.
Bojangles,
That
Bojangles has cost many people their job, I bet. Holy cow.
I still hear that from the little brittles, the small brittles. They tell you, you're the one that was late, right?
That's you.
Yeah,
That's the story of your life, Sean.
Yes.
He had to empty the cat litter that morning.
You never want that to be your defining characteristic.
Correct.
Y'all keep bringing it up, though. No.
You defined it.
Now, he defined it when we went to the Ripken night.
Me and Drew were pulling out of my house at 5 o'clock, and Sean rolled up at 5:30. Okay, Drew halfway down the road.
Coach, the bad thing is he was only behind us by a minute by the time we got there.
I almost beat you there.
He was going 1,000 down the highway.
I was going 100.
That GMC was shaking, Sean. As you said, please
stop.
That's why I had to trade it in.
Yeah.
That's what broke the car right there, that trip. Okay, as we move to any event side things you got left?
No. We're if anyone's out there that is still hanging in there with us here right now, hang in with us for a couple days, for a day or so. We're still trying to iron out some pieces, right? The South is the preseason All-State South is gonna come first. We're gonna knock that one out Friday. Obviously, we're gonna try to get out a detailed schedule in the next day or two. We gotta figure out the last remaining handful of guys that are out there, what they can and cannot do if they can make it. And once we get that out, we'll get the detailed schedule and information out, and then we have to kind of play this weather by ear on Saturday up at Clemson. If hopefully more weather comes up that way, which y'all don't need it. Listening to you two guys, we don't need any more weather up there. Then we're a normal go, and we'll be on normal schedule for Sunday at Clemson. Just bundle up. Austin will be running that 60 all day long.
Ice skates.
They get hazard pay for that too.
Yes, 100%.
Heated gloves.
I got some heated gloves. It's a new purchase.
You would have all that stuff. Coming up
You get old, you don't want to be cold no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old. Coming up on February 17th, the time is near. The Power 25.
I know who number one's going to be.
Now, we'll get that in a second. However, this year for the Power 25, Prep Baseball South Carolina, for the first time ever, has a built-in, Sean, RPI. No more eyeballs. We'll still have some eyeballs, but the RPI will now be built into the Power 25. Now it's going to take a couple weeks because everybody plays very few games. However, we're going off opponent winning percentage, opponents winning percentage, and your winning percentage. Be careful. Built in.
I can't
put all those scores in manually, though, right?
Like a random Tuesday night, we talk about a quad 2 win for Ware Shoals High School.
We're doing away with the quad wins.
I love this.
We're done with quads.
I'm here for it.
Now, Austin, off your who's number one? Do you think, Austin?
Not talking about it.
Go ahead and talk about it. It ain't released till February 17th.
Nope.
A lot can change.
Nope.
Somebody could get hurt from now, February 17th.
We got to see. We also got to see if there's any more transfers out.
Somebody could move schools,
as we've seen already.
It changes a lot of things. You know what also happens on February 17th?
We know. We just stop saying it. It's a special day. We're going to have a banner in the back.
No, that's not even it.
Right?
It's the 16th.
Are you serious? It's Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day is
Our updated rankings started to come out again. Player rankings.
Which class is the 17th?
Oh, I got to go back and look. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the 26s. I don't know.
Coach, that's a big day. We got 26 rankings, the Power 25, and the high school pick'em.
And Coach Esposito turns 30.
I'll be a 30 in one day. At that
30 in one day. It's the eve of, I guess it's the post eve.
But post,
yeah, whatever.
Post eve.
This
he's still on e-learning, so he's okay.
This whatever.
It's a couple of emails been sent out. We'll be all right.
We will get the Island boys up here at the top. I'd vote for them.
We'll see.
Coach Bobby, where you at?
We're gonna find out.
What about the Fury? I'm gonna get everybody riled up.
Roland's at the roulette table, apparently.
Last time I saw Coach Roland, he was holding a check beside some lady standing on the pitcher's mound. That's the last time I saw him. But I tried to zoom in and see how much the check was for. I couldn't see.
$5. Cole West gave him a $5 bill.
Jeez, from Food Line and Fountain Inn. Holy cow.
Got to start somewhere.
Maybe they can pay to back them fences up a little bit.
They would never. Carter Kelly's going to hit 40 bombs.
Yeah, sorry. Go Cougs.
It's good for
Also,
you.
we missed you on the Fury preview show.
I know. I hate it. I was busy. Life's been busy, you know.
Only reason he came on is we had e-learning.
For real. I got all Drew's email invites last night, and I said, we'll see.
We've scheduled it out for a while now.
I thoroughly love how Austin hits the maybe also.
I maybe all of them. I want them to still pop up on my calendar, but I don't want to. I hate to say yes, I'm coming, and then not show up.
But that doesn't mean you're coming if you hit yes on the invite. That just means you're clicking it to your calendar. Like, I know it's there.
Even if I don't respond, it shows up on your calendar.
It does.
Yeah.
It'll still be there.
Unless you hit no.
I remember it'd be hunting season. I'd be sitting out there in a deer stand, and I'd get a thing about preseason high school preview show starting at 7:30. I'm like, sorry. Whoops.
Remember we did the high school preview show? We had Coach Landry on there.
Coach, you couldn't see his face, but he was hunting him a deer.
And then he had no service. He's like, hold up, I'm in the deer stand.
So that'd be
somebody's got attacked.
Somebody's wolf dog just got after him. Well, I see him.
There he is.
I see him by there.
That was right there where that blonde girl walked by just a minute ago.
We need to remove them blinds.
sorry to Drew's new girlfriend, who may be a redhead. I'm not sure, but sorry. She may not have been blonde.
You're right there. There she is. She hunts you down.
Watch out.
Let me get
Hunter.
in there.
Now,
Greg Hambino.
staying on the high school side here, the Shipyard Showdown 2026 is upcoming very soon. We'll have a show on February the 22nd dedicated to the Shipyard Showdown. However, we'll go ahead and reveal the I guess you could say the new addition to the Shipyard Showdown. We will have a game of the day on each day: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday would obviously be a championship game. However, that game of the day will be live streamed on StreamYard with announcers. There we go. Color commentator, play-by-play. We're going the full distance here for the game of the day. Not only that, we'll have your scouting reports on the live stream. So hey, there's your new news for the Shipyard Showdown this year, a new addition.
A lot of action going on down there.
There's going to be so much. I mean, there's going to be several of us talking about the game. Then we're going to be able to do like they do on the NFL games, and we're going to go to our rules analyst.
There you go.
Ben's going to be down there. He's going to agree with whatever was called on the field. Doesn't matter if it was right or not.
Right or wrong, he just
whatever. Yeah, it was a catch. No, wait, actually, I agree. It wasn't a catch. Who cares?
Or here's the real question: are we going to have Wild Bill on?
Wild Bill will be there.
Coach, you don't even have to have him on. He's going to be sitting in the press box already loud enough, so you'll be able to hear him.
He'll be trying to get somebody to run that scoreboard.
You want to run the scoreboard?
And then once you get up there, he'll yell at you to get down.
Yeah.
Why are you up here? You told me
So
to come up here.
special guest Wild Bill, Captain Eddie, umpire Ben.
He can't help it.
It's going to be a packed broadcast booth.
Drew, can we get let's get an umpire GoPro? What do you think? We'll put them in the meta glasses.
Oh, I don't know that we can live stream that camera to the StreamYard.
Yeah, that'd probably be the only problem.
Hey, I go down there and call a ball or a strike if we can get a live camera on it.
Our goal is to have 3 live cameras going at once.
Mm-hmm.
One behind the plate, one off to the side, and then one on the beautiful color commentator and play-by-play.
Man.
Awesome.
We see us
Your
eating.
picker go home.
We're going to be down there eating a barbecue platter talking about ball.
It'd be like, it's like, we'll have we'll get
Austin thought he was going to
Captain
go home early. It ain't happening.
Ain't going
Eddie.
nowhere.
Eddie go get us the twig and swine platter, and then towards the end of the game, we'll go down to Zano's and get us
Get some ice cream and barbecue chicken wings and talking ball. What a time to be working for
Watching boats go by. I like that one.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to be on that boat going by.
Yep.
People watch the live. Don't. We won't have a score update because we'll be talking about something other than baseball.
We won't have a clue about the score.
I hope we're gonna have a delay, right? So we can dump it if I say something stupid.
There you go.
Oh no, there's no delay.
There better be a delay.
There's no delay. We don't have a professional crew in the.
If we say something stupid, Drew, what do we always say? What we always got? Clip it.
Yeah.
Flip it.
We need a dump button. I gotta get this out of here. All jokes aside, who we got winning this thing? We're gonna talk about that later.
February 22nd.
It's February
God,
22nd.
Molly, what are we allowed to talk about today?
Nothing. Hey, I do got a Palmetto Power video for you. Ready?
Oh shit! Oh no!
Can we reload that? Because you fell in slow mo.
Oh shit! Oh no!
I mean, he didn't even get one full step.
No, and he fell in slow motion, but then he rode it like it was a water slide.
I didn't want to hurt myself.
Jeez, how many steps do you got? It seemed like you went all the way like you were going like you were Rocky running up and down the stairs.
I think there's 6 of them.
Jeez,
Coach, it was slick.
Somebody could go wait in line at Ace Hardware Friday and get some of that ice melt.
Oh, they're out.
That and propane.
Austin's been siphoning some of that too. He'll be
I can
selling that
siphon you a
also.
little gas if you need it.
He'll be selling some ice melt too for this upcoming weekend.
If I need any sand, I'm siphoning it off of Folly Beach when we go to Charleston. Don't mind me.
Got sand and gas.
Yes, what else you want? A little propane accessories.
Gonna be torching that thing.
Jeez.
Drew did find this. We can't give the secret about the water stash, by the way, for when people really need water. We got the secret stash. It works here in Columbia too, by the way, Drew.
I know. I saw that. It works everywhere.
Yeah,
They
we'll
had
talk
that,
about that off
They had
air.
another store too.
Yeah,
Do what you got to do.
Coach, I got to congratulate you on your football pick'em championship.
thanks. I appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Like to thank myself.
Regular season means nothing.
It does. It's accurate. It's very accurate.
Yeah.
It never meant anything.
Yeah.
Why didn't it add up though? Why didn't all?
Trust, been there, done that. Well, Drew tried to do that the year before, and we talked him out of it
Right.
because it wasn't fair.
Right.
So,
Austin finished in last.
yeah, that's where I belonged after my performance this season. I did the thing after about 8 games where I was behind, so I just said, well, I'm going to wait and see what Sammy picks. I'm going to pick the opposite, and I kept digging further in the hole.
Was that last spring I did that, and I kind of made a comeback.
Yeah, I thought it might work, but it didn't.
It didn't this time.
No.
Did you
I
think
wasn't
even
ready.
for a second that Carson Beck was scoring on that last drive? I sure didn't. I was like,
Man, I felt like I was watching Georgia, Alabama 2 years ago when he threw that pick. The comeback of the century was on, and then he just said, nope. So
Google me.
hey, good for them, man. I'm happy for them. Good for them.
Yeah, they got a dub. They got a championship. Good for
This
them.
baseball
Something different.
season, though. That's good. This
It's
baseball
time-
season.
It's time to be. It's time to get back out in the snow this weekend. You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody worried about basketball. South Carolina.
And then also, right? Well, we got Monday. We got the official start with tryouts for high school baseball. The high school league cranking up. Whether we can get out there or not, the boys, but depending on where you are.
it really is. It is baseball season when you got junior college rolling. You got
I got
football
a
kicked off.
question about tryouts this year. Somebody feel free to answer it. If not, Charlie, if you will, comment in. Since we've got where the portal is kind of open nonstop now. If a kid gets cut from school A, can he go try out at school B and make the team? What can we do there? Where are we at? Anybody?
I also got a question on tryouts with this
I
one
think
too.
you
I'll
have to
run
sit
that
out.
January, right? Open period.
Yep.
Austin, you were a high school coach.
Right.
Say you have 40 kids come out during the open period. You're obviously not going to keep 40 players.
Mm-mm.
Tryouts start February 2nd this year, right?
Right.
You have 10 players that can't play dead in the cowboy movie.
That's right. Can't even cover first on a bunt play.
On January 20th, can you go up to them and go like, hey, bud, like, why not?
Because open practice. Got to be open for everybody.
It is. And I closed it too.
Can't do it. Can't close it.
Ah.
But I'll tell you what.
I mean, I guess you can go like you 10 guys are in group 6. You're not hitting on the field today.
Anybody any high school coach on here who tells you otherwise, they're a liar or they're not doing it the way that everybody else in the state does it. When those tryouts start Monday, if you anticipate keeping 34 players between your two teams, you know who 33 of them are.
Correct.
You've already made that decision. You've already got all the numbers you need to know. Because the other thing there too is the way everybody wants to talk about the calendar in college sports, calendar in high school sports. Same way. You got 3-4 scrimmages you're allowed to have. We got preseason tournaments going to start in the end of February. You're having tryouts first week of February. You got 3 weeks from the day that you start tryouts to the day that we're firing live bullets with an umpire back there and we're keeping score. You better know who's on that team. You better know who's on that team yesterday. So
Yeah, I mean,
if
I
they're-
guess
if
maybe
they don't, they're lying to you. Sorry.
I guess the only thing is maybe if you might have a random couple basketball players that you might not know about if they're new to the program or they whatever. But usually these guys know everything in today's day and age. They're not like, I guess maybe if it's a freshman that's new in the area you don't know much about. But again, that's why you get the one player.
You got a better chance. Maybe you might have a JV team guy who, or a kid just like you said shows up. Young kid shows up, didn't know we were having open practice because he's been worried about passing the ninth grade. Says, "Oh, we're going to go try out for baseball." Yeah, I'll be there. Sure, but odds are, these guys they know who's on their team. Your tryout, Monday, Tuesday tryouts probably going to look a lot more like day one and day two of full practice. It's just
right. Especially you got the open period in October.
Yeah,
and you got the open period in January. You have 2 months of in reality tryouts.
Yeah, because the close part, if it's the same as it was, the close part was only like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So
yeah, it's coming up now. So they got
realistically
tomorrow's their last day.
You can fire that thing up the day we come back from Christmas break, and you take these 3 days off, which everybody around here's had 3 days off anyways because of the Arctic vortex or whatever it was that we had came through. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how it plays out for everybody. I hope everybody does well. Obviously tryouts and cuts that was at the top of my list of things that I hated when I was coaching.
Were you the post the sheet on the door and run away kind of guy?
We talked to them face to face, every kid. I had some very interesting stories that we could tell that, for a later date with some responses we got after cutting people. But one kid left his hat in the parking lot, ran over and did a burnout on top of his hat one time.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So there's really about 3-4 nights as a high school baseball coach you hate. Tryouts is one of them. Cuts for sure. Senior nights at the top of that list. Picture day. There's a handful of days that I sit there and I say, man, I'm glad I don't have to do that again.
Picture day.
Picture day was the worst.
Talking about a racket, the guy who takes all the pictures, he's like the same guy who does all high school and college.
He does. He's got
across the country.
We had a guy who started doing. He would take individual pictures, one individual picture of each kid, and he'd crop them together and make a team picture.
What?
Picture day took 15 minutes.
Pretty good.
He'd hang a green screen like Drew's got. He'd take one singular picture of every single kid on the roster. And he'd go in and he'd tell me, hey, tell me which kid's on varsity and JV. He'd crop them all together in a team picture, and we'd call it a day. Fantastic. You try to put 16 high school kids in a room together and say, hey, everybody cooperate and behave for this picture. Good luck.
After they've been in school all day long.
Right, been in school all day. Senior day was way worse. Senior day was the worst. You got to play them, right? Senior night. You try to win or you try to play them? What do you do?
Oh, wow. Wow.
It depends on what's going on in the year, right?
Best of luck. And then you get rain. Hey, I had senior night scheduled for this Thursday non-region game. Sorry, it just got rained out on Thursday. Now we're doing it on a region game on Friday night. Sorry, I already told your son he's starting for senior night. Y'all gonna get me on the soapbox. This is why y'all don't invite me in here anymore.
We only hear this talk when we're in the truck.
We'll hear about this down to the shipyard.
They're gonna hear all about it. Yep.
This will be during the innings 3 and 4.
That's it. Yeah. This is after the third pitching change. We got a team over here trying to battle out of a run rule. Good luck. How about that time I cut this kid?
We're going to have to go off air for that.
Yeah.
We had to take a commercial break.
No, we're
Anybody
going
want to be a sponsor for the commercial break?
What did he call it? The dump it button?
The dump it. We got to dump it.
That's what he's going to say instead of clip it. Dump it.
Yeah,
dump it. Yeah, whatever I just said, dump it.
So we'll move to Austin. You got anything else you want? No, you've already added enough. We'll preview the next 2 upcoming podcasts. We'll see you next Tuesday. We'll recap preseason All-State. if there are both. We hope there are. Oh, they had a timer on it, guys. Let me fix that. Somebody sounds like you're yelling.
Sounds like a sorority party just popped off in
party.
Sean's apartment.
So February 3rd, we'll recap that, and then we'll move to February 10th. We will have the college pick'em show, where maybe we can make some more people fire back at us this year when we make those Omaha picks.
That got some good publicity last year.
That did.
Everybody in Arkansas saw it. Maybe this year we'll do the same thing as we make those picks. I'm sure Sean will pick the Gamecocks to win the World Series. They'll have some. Never mind. I can't say that. That would have been very.
We'll move on. We'll move on.
Yep, move along.
There'll be a new sponsor for the College World Series. We'll get that later.
Moving along.
But anyway, those are our two upcoming shows before we hop into high school season. That's all I got, boys.
Fingers crossed for some weather, good weather this weekend. We can see some great talent across the great state of South Carolina. And
Need that Arctic low to move out.
Get out there.
Or something.
Get out there.
Maybe.
Go visit Bermuda or whatever's out there.
Go out there past that buoy. Get out there.
Get going, boy.
Go to Jamaica.
Get on out there. Go see Rafiki.
All right.
All right.
We've gone too far now. We'll wrap this thing up. From all of us here at Prep Baseball, South Carolina, we hope you have a great week.